Every day, there's a battle for your mind raging. Information coming from every angle with the will to deceive. Fear not. You found the place for truth. The voice of a generation that still has the will to believe in the greatest country in the history of the world. This is the Charlie Kirk Show. Buckle up. Here we go.
All right, welcome to the Charlie Kirk Show. Andrew Colvett here, executive producer of this fine show. Honored to be with you. Radio stations across the country, Real America's Voice, Salem News Channel. I think we're streaming. We're all over the place. We're everywhere, man. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's how Charlie wanted it. I'm joined by Mikey McCoy.
Thank you for having me.
And you're like our fill-in Blake.
Yeah, I'm the Blake filler.
Maybe you're like, are you the new Blake? We got to keep him on his toes.
I'm Blake with more hair.
Oh, ouch.
Blake would let me say it.
It would be weird if Blake had hair, is what I realized.
That's right. It would be
at
weird.
This point.
It would be Blake.
I am just so happy to have this day because, President Trump is putting up win after win. And, it just occurs to me that this is exactly what democracy looks like. So if you guys could just play that clip, please. This is what democracy looks like.
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 Yes, I totally agree. This is what democracy looks like. And with that, let's play 151.
And deportation numbers hitting record highs since President Trump's return to office. His administration booting more than 515,000 illegal migrants so far. 1.6 million illegals have left the country on their own, with immigration agents arresting 485,000. DHS saying that Trump is set to shatter the U.S. deportation record by the end of 2025.
And what is that? This is what democracy looks like? Can we get it again? I just straighten my veins,
This is what democracy looks like.
Yes.
This is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Yeah. Record deportations, gentlemen. That is exactly right. Because
what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like. And, I will say that this was perfectly on cue with what Charlie often talked about. He was very passionate about this issue. So let's put it in Charlie's own words, cut 156.
You should not have to compete against a foreigner for your job. American college graduates should come first. And that starts with President Donald Trump. And this will affect everybody in this room, regardless of age. It is time for the largest deportation effort this country has ever seen. If you are here illegally, you are deported from the United States of America, period. No amnesty. Repeat after me. No amnesty. Period. End of story. We will not put up with any exceptions, any carve-outs, any loopholes, any exceptions, any asterisks, any iotas. I don't care if it's 10 years or 15 years. We voted for mass deportations. We did not vote for mass amnesty. And we expect our leaders to deliver it and bring back our country to a place of citizenship and Americans being put first.
I mean, I just love watching the way he was so firm and clear, and he was really channeling the base energy. This is what democracy looks like, Mikey McCoy. Now, Charlie hated the word democracy. Actually, he preferred talking about America as a constitutional republic, which is exactly what it is.
That's what it is.
And we have a republic of states. They agreed to be part of a union, right? The states made America when they agreed to join together into the United States of America. And we have this Constitution that governs the way the country works. And the Democrats love to say that we are anti-constitutional, that we're just empowering Trump and egging him on to do everything he wants, and we better watch it because when a Democrat's in power, that is not what's happening here. That is not what's happening here. What we have is, now you see this from the Ninth Circus Court of Appeals, as it's often referred to, that is over the Western United States. It is not traditionally a conservative court. Now, it was a split decision, but they still did an emergency stay, a motion that says, yes, President Trump can deploy the National Guard in Portland, right? Because they said that, yes, he's within his authority to do so, which means the same thing is probably going to hold true in Chicago and other places. And again, this is what the democratic process in a constitutional republic looks like. He's hemmed in on, he has bounds to his power, but it would not be against the rules for him to declare the Insurrection Act. He's even been teasing that he might declare the Insurrection Act. And actually, Democrats might be surprised to understand that 33%, about 1/3 of presidents have declared the Insurrection Act in the United States.
If Democrats really were pro-democracy, they would realize and acknowledge that President Trump was elected by the Electoral College and the popular vote for, as Charlie said, not mass amnesty, but mass deportations. So he is fulfilling the mandate that was given to him by voters to deport people. And border crossings are 99.9% down, which is a huge win.
We voted for this.
We voted for this. He is more pro-democracy than they are. And if they're going to go around and chant "No Kings," they don't understand that he is fulfilling the mandate that the voters placed him to do so in. And so this is something that I'm cheering on. And that speech that Charlie gave was from our Student Action Summit. And that room was all full of students.
Summer.
Yeah, and so he sees these students that are graduating colleges with degrees and tons of debt to go get jobs that don't exist because illegal immigrants are taking them.
And get this. So there's a news story breaking this morning that Amazon is planning over the course of the next, let's say, however many years, let's say the next 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 years, but it's happening, imminent, brace for impact. They're going to engage in a mass automation process at their shipping facilities.
Yeah.
This means that 600,000 Americans are about to get laid off in the next couple of years. 600,000 from Amazon alone. You're going to see this across the board. Now, this is not Trump's fault. This is not Joe Biden's fault, to be perfectly honest. It is a new move of technology that is going to displace workers. And this plays into the immigration debate because we do not need to be importing tens of millions of foreigners that are only going to increase job pressures, especially on the working class Americans. And you're going to see this at farms. You're going to see this at factories. Robotics is coming. And we need to get a handle on making sure we're not letting in cheap, unskilled labor into this country for jobs that are no longer going to exist in a couple of years.
Yeah. Between the labor market shrinking, illegal immigrants coming and taking jobs, H-1Bs, and then the technology boom, which is, and a lot of people disagree with me on the H-1B stuff.
No, I agree.
Yeah, but with the AI boom, you're going to see the labor market shrink in a way we've never seen before. And so why do we need to expedite that with illegal migrants too? We don't want to see it.
No,
Deport.
we don't. And by the way, the H-1B scam is really infuriating because they pitch it as a program that brings in high-skilled tech workers. But if you actually look, it's like McDonald's is hiring, $40,000 a year salaried accountant. That's what they use H-1B. It's completely rigged, and it's rigged against the United States citizen. And Charlie was very keen on the fact that it was rigged against young people. So check out this clip. Let's look at this. This is President Trump signaling that it's within his power to declare the Insurrection Act. And the Insurrection Act obviously comes from the Whiskey Rebellion when the country was just getting started. George Washington sent troops up to quell an insurrection. They were rebelling against taxes on whiskey. That's where it gets its name. Let's go ahead and play cut 150.
And don't forget, and I haven't used it, but don't forget, I can use the Insurrection Act. 50% of the presidents almost have used that. And that's unquestioned power. I choose not to. I'd rather do this. But I'm met constantly by fake politicians that think that it's not like a part of the radical left movement to have safety. These cities have to be safe. Our cities that are Democrat-run, exclusively just about, are unsafe cities.
And of course, he's 100% right, Mikey. I mean, it's like you are, you're safer to walk the streets of probably some war-torn areas of the world. You're probably safer in Kiev, probably, than South Chicago. I mean, I haven't. That's why they got Chirac, right? So his focusing on this crime problem is totally justified. We don't have to live this way. It's insane. Let me tell you about Done with Debt. When you're buried in credit card and loan debt, it's human nature to put it off and say, I'll deal with it later. If that's you, here's a hidden fact. The debt strategy experts at Done with Debt shared with me They discovered a little-known strategy that works in your favor to dramatically reduce or even erase your debt altogether. They aggressively engage everyone you owe money to this fall, so right now. And here's why. They know which lenders and credit card companies are doing year-end accounting and need to cut deals. They even know which ones have year-end audits and need to get your debt completely off their books. That means you need to get started with Done with Debt now, right now, this fall. Done with Debt accomplishes this without bankruptcy or new loans. In fact, most clients end up with more money in their pockets the first month. Get started now while you still have time. Go to donewithdebt.com. That's donewithdebt.com. And talk with one of their specialists for free. That's donewithdebt.com. We will be right back, and we're going to prove that the Democrats are really the tyrants. I promise.